Hey everyone, and welcome to my Instructor video introduction. The purpose of this really short video is just to kind of give you an idea of who I am, some of my expectations, and my teaching philosophy for the course this semester. So we'll try to make this short and sweet. Here we go. Okay, so originally I am from Raymond, Minnesota, which you've never heard of. Even people who live in Minnesota have never heard of Raymond, Minnesota. But it is a town of 800 people, roughly, in central Minnesota, basically cornfields and more cornfields. So I come from this town. When I was 15 or so, I started at a community college in the town next to mine, and this was a way for me to get started on college courses while I was in high school, which was really great because I'm a first-generation college student, meaning that my parents do not have college degrees. So I started there, and then eventually I transferred to the University of Minnesota. So I'm a Golden Gopher, Big Ten, for any of those who are from the Midwest. So I went to the University of Minnesota. I studied health sciences. At the same time, I also worked for the Mayo Clinic, and I did diabetes and obesity research primarily with kids. And I thought during my entire undergraduate career that I wanted to be a physician, and was about to kind of start down that pathway when I changed my mind and realized that the things that I wanted to do really required a PhD instead of an MD or medical doctor. And so I had an opportunity to move to Arizona. Having really never been here before, moved down and traded the freezing cold winters for the really insane hot summers. So I guess I like extremes. But moved down here and I started working for Arizona State University as a project manager for a campus initiative called Obesity Solutions. So I did more obesity research down here, and then in that time frame too, I started my master's degrees. So I have a master's in healthcare innovation, and then during that master's, I decided I wanted to learn more about business. So I went and got my MBA, or Master's in Business, from W.P. Carey. And then at the same time in there, started my PhD program. So the PhD is nursing and healthcare innovation, and studying primarily human trafficking. So kind of a weird transition from obesity to trafficking, but we can certainly address that more later. And then now I'm in a faculty role, so I teach at ASU, a little bit for MCC, and really teaching and mentoring and working with students is my passion. And the question mark is for basically, I don't know where I'm going to go next. Could do a number of different things, could stay in academia, not really sure. But just like some of you are wondering what you will do next, we are all in the same boat together. This slide just kind of represents the fact that I really like to travel. So traveling is a really big part of who I am, and I hope that kind of relates to some of you maybe. I lived in Guatemala for a little while, and I've been back a few times since. I lived in the woods kind of on the Canada-Minnesota boundary for a while and did some canoe outfitting so I can get my hands dirty. I also have been to Australia, I've been to Mexico, a few other countries, and then I threw Arizona in there because recently I just really enjoyed exploring the state of Arizona and everything that it has to offer with camping and hiking and sightseeing as well. So I love to travel and will take any recommendations. So this is just like a fun slide of kind of who I am. And these are all just different things that represent who I am to kind of make me seem a little more human, hopefully to you guys, and not just this like kind of random person who's giving this course online. So I'll cover some of them quick. So I like research. I do my research on human trafficking. So that's up in the corner there. I'm a huge Minnesota Vikings fan, really all Minnesota sports teams. So if you're a Packers fan, we're not going to get along so well together. Just kidding. The biking, swimming, running, I'm an aspiring triathlete. I wouldn't call myself a triathlete yet, but I am doing a half Ironman here in the next 12 months. I'm doing a couple different triathlons this semester and kind of ramping up to that. So I've always been a runner, but transitioning to the triathlete side of me now. I love education. I love getting degrees. I love learning. My little rescue dog is up there. Her name is Emma. She's 3 and she is experiencing her teenage dog years right now, which is kind of wild. I like to volunteer a lot in the community. I do lots of different volunteer events all around town, so if you're trying to get connected to volunteering, let me know. I like camping. I love camping all over Arizona. Right now I'm going a lot to the Payson and Prescott areas. I drink 5-hour energy every day. That's not so good, but there could be worse things, I guess. I really love teaching. I love podcasts. I listen to a variety of news and murder podcasts. So if you have recommendations for me there as well, or you want some recommendations, I have tons. I'm trying to run 1,000 miles this year, which is why that's there. The bottom picture is me winning my most recent half marathon, which is very exciting. And that was in Pine Top, Arizona. My immediate family is at the bottom there. I just have a brother and mom and a dad. They all live in Minnesota still. And then the other one with me dressed up is Orange Theory, which I am an avid Orange Theory goer. So I really view my relationship with my students as more of a mentoring relationship and less of like this teacher-student hierarchy relationship, I guess, if you will. And so I like to motivate my students. I love to provide advice. I care. I'm invested in your success. I like coaching, supporting you, helping you with your goals. That is really what drives me, honestly. So this is kind of how I view my relationship to my students. And then quickly, my teaching philosophy. So I believe that your time is valuable. I really aim not to waste your time, which means that assignments and videos and things I post to read, I've really thought about that those are the most important things. And so I try not to waste your time. I know that school is not the #1 priority for many of you. You have jobs, you have kids, you have lives, you have community things, you have all kinds of other obligations. And so I get that school isn't always #1, and I get that you're taking other classes with mine, and so that it might not be the most important thing that you're studying or thinking about right now, and I get that. I'm trying to remove hassle, so I'm not trying to make things confusing and disorienting for you, but I want to have everything be straightforward. Personal and social objectives are crucial too, so basically that means that I know that you all have experiences that are relevant, and I want you to share those with us when you can, because honestly, we all learn so much from each other, just as much, if not more, than you could ever learn from just me individually, right? I believe in creating good citizens, as well as good learners and future students. The hard part should not be figuring out what I want, so I'm not here to try to trick you. I will never increase expectations randomly throughout the course, so I'm not going to give you new assignments for no reason, or papers, or pop quizzes, or anything like that. Everything will be laid out. There's no surprises. I will try to describe the intent with all the assignments that we do, and really I care about you as students, yes, but ultimately as people too. I don't believe that exams are really an effective way to learn, so I do not lean on them, and if possible, try to not use them in my courses. I do believe, however, that participation, critical thinking, and problem solving are really important. So I'd rather have you come out as someone who can think about an issue, can write about an issue, can work together with people, than I do, whether you can answer a multiple choice question. My style is participation oriented, so I want to have interesting, relevant discussions, so I hope for an engaging class environment. And lastly, please be present when you're reviewing the material for class. Let me know if you're struggling with something. I'm here to help you. think about what you're reading and seeing. So don't just read something to read it, but really think it through. Be willing to ask questions. Be respectful of your classmates' opinions. There's times where we'll cover different topics that might, everyone does not agree on, and that's okay. But just respect other people's opinions and thoughts on things. Turning class assignments on time. If you cannot, for some reason, let me know. I'll take things on an individual case basis, but turn your assignments in on time when you can. Do your own work if it's an individual assignment, and also make sure to credit places where you took material from, so obviously citations, or just giving credit when credit is due. When possible, be proactive, so start thinking and writing down your assignments and processing information before they're due. Contribute to your groups if there are group projects in the course that you're in with me. And please let me know. I'm always trying to update things and keep things relevant and new and current. Let me know if there's a missing resource that should be in a module. Let me know if there's a missing video link or something doesn't work. I'm human too, and so just let me know and I'll fix it. All right, I think that is the end of our slideshow here. So I hope that gave you a little overview of who I am and what to expect. And I'm really excited to have all of you in the course. Please reach out to me with any questions, comments, concerns. We can meet in person, whatever it is that you need. And I look forward to getting to know all of you better this semester.